2024, what a year. If you had told me in the month of January that I would have experienced the things that I did experience this year, I wouldn't have believed you. I would have punched you in your face.
Love is your love, baby. She don't want the Gucci, but the booty Fendi. Cause she give me butterflies in my belly. Ooh, Lord. And when she tell me my love is your love, baby. If my wood is running, baby, she gon' save me. Cause she give me butterflies in my belly.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your favorite girl, so Ria J. Guys, how you all doing? Today I want to take a moment to reflect on gratitude. I want to share the highs, the lows, the unforgettable experiences this year, the people that stood by my side, and how gratitude has shifted my perspective or my life this 2024. If you've had a year full of growth, tough lessons, surprising wins, incidents that you never thought would have happened, stick with me guys. Let's talk about how gratitude can transform our lives. First off guys, I'm going to start off with a challenge I'm grateful for. So me 2024, I was always sick. I was going to the GP. It felt like that was my home. So I was always having constant migraine. I started taking pain relief, but it didn't seem to work. That was when I knew my health was actually deteriorating. It felt like the worst thing that happened to me. A blood test was done, examinations were done, but they couldn't just find the issue, you know. So at some point the doctor said I needed to rest, but I did rest. But however, I was still having that constant migraine. So I could remember this day I went to the hospital. I called because I was having blurry visions. I was having same migraine, and the doctor examined me, or the GP examined me. So she told me to close my eyes, and she said if she pokes me, or when she pokes me, that I should say yes, that I can feel her touch. So I stretched my hand, I closed my eyes. So when she pokes me, I'll be like, yes, I can feel. But there was another examination that was conducted. She told me to walk on a straight line, which I did walk. So after the examination, I went home. That's when I really knew that sense organs in the body were so important. You know, most times we actually underlook these things as they are not important, like we are supposed to have it, you know. But that's when I really knew I had to reflect. So I'm actually grateful for that in my life. I'm grateful that I can see, I can smell, I can taste, I can feel, and I can breathe. So my 5 sense organs are very functional in my body. Next thing I'm going to talk about is a person I'm grateful for. I wouldn't really say a person. I'm grateful for several people, or so many people in 2024. So we should also know that gratitude isn't just about the big wins. It's about the people that show up for us in the smallest way, in the littlest way, and just make it meaningful. So the first person I'm grateful for in 2024 happens to be my mother. She is my solid rock, and she knows I love her so much. She's been there for me. She's always been there for me. And even most times when I pretend like everything is okay, she just knows that everything is not okay. And she calls me, she encourages me, she prays for me. And whenever she does that, like, it just uplifts my spirit, and I have like the boldness to face life, you know. The second person I'm grateful for is my sister. She's an amazing soul. I'm also grateful for my friends. I had so many meaningful friends this 2024 that encouraged me. Like, we prayed together, we had good times together, we partied together. It was a good year of gratitude. I'm so grateful that I met these people. One thing I always tend to say, it's not by having so many friends, it's not by picking this, and you just have nobody to count on. But 2024 made me realize that I have amazing people in my corner, people I can talk to, people that wouldn't judge me. We listen, we don't judge. People that wouldn't judge me, you know, people that would advise me, and people that would tell me, okay, Vicky, this is your lapses, sit up properly. So the next thing we're going to talk about is a significant time in my life. This year, I'm so grateful that I spent my birthday not in London. I went to Albania. I traveled this year, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm grateful for God provided the money. I'm grateful for a safe trip. I had a good time. I think we stayed in Albania for 5 days. It was actually an amazing trip. I turned +1 in another country. If you had told me that I would turn +1 in another country 5 years ago, I wouldn't have believed it. But I'm grateful for growth, I'm grateful for progression, I'm grateful for everything basically. First off, we're going to talk about the power of gratitude. Gratitude basically is what just keeps you grounded through the ups and downs of life. Gratitude makes you happy. Gratitude makes you set clearer goals, and you just have that belief and faith that at the end of the day it's going to be beautiful, that there's light at the end of the tunnel. Basically, that's what gratitude does. And for me, I always tell myself, if it's not beautiful, it's not the end. So that's what keeps me calm. That's what makes me want to be, or should I say, that's what makes me to be more optimistic about life, you know. So we're going to talk about practical ways that one can be grateful. So first off, I'll start with journaling. Journaling actually helped me a lot in 2024. Like, my friend will always say, Vicky, you like to write. I have several pens in my house. I have books that I just journal things and just write things that I'm grateful for. Like, you can be grateful for the most littlest thing. Like, most times I write like the silliest thing. It seems silly, but that's actually what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that. So if you can spend like 3 minutes or every day you just write 3 things that you are grateful for, you know, it actually helps you. And at the end of the week or at the end of the month, even if things do not seem like it's going the way it's planned, you can look at the your journal or what you've written and just reflect. So you can start by journaling. You can write 3 things you're grateful for each day, or maybe just 1 thing you're grateful for each day, and at the end of the month you can just go back to look at it, and it just makes you smile, you know. You'll be like, oh, at this day I was grateful for this. I was grateful for good pillows, like I can sleep and I can wake up. I was grateful that I woke up and I didn't have backache. I'm grateful that I've got food on my table. There are just so many things to be grateful for. As humans, we always tend to look at the negative things going on in our life. We always put more energy into that. So gratitude just makes you shift your perspective from a lot of negative stuff and just focuses more on the positive stuff. So if you can journal, write 2 things or 1 thing you're grateful for each day, actually helps. At the end of the month, like I previously stated, you can go back to look at it and be more thankful, and you're going to be happy about it. So the next thing we're going to do is to pause and reflect on how gratitude can change you. So I'll give like personal life example. If you watch one of my videos when I spoke about getting robbed in London, after I was robbed that day, you know, I still went to the gym that night because I got robbed in the day. I went to the gym at night, and I was just reflecting while I was walking, because I didn't even have a phone to listen to music, because I love to listen to music. So there was no music, everywhere was just quiet. I could hear the wind blowing, I could hear the beach sound and all of that. So I was just walking slowly to the gym, and honestly, yeah, I wasn't happy that day, but I was just trying to see the bright side of life. Like, I was just trying to see the bright side of life, because there's nothing that would have been done, you know. It would have been worse, and I always tend to tell myself, like, it would have been worse, or it could have been worse, you know, but it happened that way. At that point, I just had to pause and reflect, and I had to be grateful for the things that happened in a good way, you know. I was grateful that I wasn't hurt, I wasn't stabbed, I was just robbed. It was just a phone that got stolen, and that was it. So I feel there is always something to be grateful for. Okay, I'm going to give another example. Most times when I'm at work, I'm like, oh my god, it's going to be a long day today, the shift is going to be long today. But I always have it at the back of my mind, like, the day is going to end and you're going to come back home. Like, there's always something to look out and say, oh, I'm grateful for this. Because I'll be like, oh, the day is going to end. It's not going to be 24 hours forever. It's going to be 24 hours and the next day continues, you know. So there's always something to reflect on, and there's always something to be grateful about. Anyways, guys, if you're still on my page, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, leave a comment. I want to know the things you're grateful about. I want to know the top moments you experienced in 2024. I want to know the wins you actually accomplished, because I know most of you accomplished big this year. I know I'm not the only one that's had ups and downs this year. What about you guys? What are you grateful for? What are you sad about? What made you cry this year? What made you think like, oh, 2024 was such a bad year? What were your wins? What were your breakthroughs? I would really like you guys to share in the comment section. Next up, guys, we're going to talk about things I'm leaving behind in 2024 that it's not going with me to the next year. So first is toxic relationship. So the question you're gonna ask now, were they toxic or was I the toxic one? Anyways, I'm gonna leave toxic relationship behind this 2024. I have left it behind already, you know, so that's not going with me. I'm not going to be in a relationship with a man or a woman, like friendship relationship. Do you get? Friendship for women and men, relationship for man. So I'm not going to be in that with someone who is toxic, who isn't thoughtful. So I've left all of that in 2024. Someone who is going to embarrass me, I'm not going to take that into 2025. I've left that in 2024. I think we actually left that in 2020, honestly. So this year I'm also going to leave self-doubt and overthinking. 2024, guys, if there was an award for being an overthinker, I think I'm going to win that award. I really thought about so many things. I thought about several scenarios. What wouldn't even happen, what might have happened, or what would never even happen. Self-doubt. Sometimes I just want things to go like perfectly well, and I just shut myself. I'm not gonna wait for the perfect time. I'm going to start, even if it's little. Talking about my YouTube career, 2024, I think I did not also do so well in my YouTube. By God's grace, 2025, I'm not going to wait for the perfect timing to start up anything. I'm going to post, I'm going to make content, I'm going to make my channel better. So those are the things I'm leaving in 2024. I'm leaving procrastination. I'm leaving, oh, when is the perfect time for this? Oh, I need to do this next week. We're not going to procrastinate next year. It's easier said than done, you know. My YouTube videos or my YouTube content creation journey, there were so many videos I didn't post this year that I made because I was like, oh, it's not really good for YouTube. It's not YouTube standard and quality. I'm not going to wait for the perfect time. I'm not going to wait for the perfect video. I'm just going to post, you know, because I really, you know, held myself back on so many stuff. So that's all for now, guys. I want to know what you would believe in 2024 that is not going to come over to 2025. I also want you to share what you're grateful about. It could be the littlest things. It could feel so dumb, but you're grateful about those things, and that's what matters, is what you are grateful about, not what people feel you should be grateful about. Anyways, guys, if you're new on my page, thanks for stopping by. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you. I really appreciate that you watch up until this point. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like the video, leave a comment, and if you haven't subscribed, please do also hit the subscribe button. I'm going to see you on my next video. Bye. Mwah.
Your love, baby. She don't want the Gucci, but the Fendi. Cause she give me butterflies in my belly. Ooh, Lord. And when she tell me my love is your love, baby. If my wood is running, baby, she gon' save me. Cause she give me butterflies in my belly.